Welcome to Amatale's Lovers, where disrespect gets exposed and humiliation doesn't get the last word. These are the stories of wives and girlfriends who try to shame their husbands and boyfriends in public, weaponize family and friends, and treat love like a power game until the calm comeback rewrites everything. If you've ever been embarrassed, talked down to, or made to feel less than by the person who should protect you, this channel is for you. Subscribe and turn on notifications for raw, realistic humiliation stories with quiet receipts, cold consequences, and hard lessons, because respect isn't optional. Let's get into it. The cruel thing my wife did. She cheated, kicked me out, moved her new man into my house, and bragged about replacing me like I was trash on the curb. Here's how it happened. I'm a black man from Atlanta who believed marriage meant teamwork, not competition. I thought love was built quietly, not performed loudly. I was wrong. What followed wasn't a downfall all at once. It was a slow, humiliating burn that tested my pride, my faith, and my sense of self before karma finally clocked in for a full shift. We met in college in Georgia, both broke but laughing about it. She loved how I planned things. I loved how she dreamed. Back then, romance looked like late-night Waffle House runs and slow dancing in our tiny apartment kitchen. I worked long hours after graduation, chasing stability. She said she understood. I believed her. We got married young, surrounded by family who told us we were solid. I carried that word with me for years, even when things started cracking. The first red flag wasn't the cheating. It was the disrespect. She stopped asking how my day was. My jokes landed flat. When I'd planned date nights, she'd cancel last minute and say I was doing too much. Still, I tried harder. Flowers, notes, weekend trips to Savannah. Romance felt one-sided, but I told myself seasons change. Meanwhile, she was changing too. New clothes, new friends, new energy that never reached me. The cheating revealed itself carelessly. A text popped up on her phone while she was showering. I didn't snoop. It glowed right there. A nickname I'd never used. When I asked, she laughed, not nervously but cruelly, and said, "You really think somebody else would want me?" That laugh echoed later. Gaslighting came easy to her. I apologized for asking. That was my first real mistake. Weeks later, she didn't come home. Then days. When she finally did, she wasn't alone. He stood behind her in my living room, arms crossed, like security. She smiled and said, "This is Marcus. I'm in love. You'll figure it out." No tears, no conversation, just a replacement announcement. Funny thing, I paid the rent. I bought the couch he sat on. Still, I packed a bag. She didn't stop there. She posted captions online about choosing happiness and leveling up. Friends laughed in comments. Some people I trusted stopped returning my calls. Her mom said I must have pushed her away. I stayed in an Airbnb outside Decatur, listening to traffic and questioning every memory. The humiliation was loud. The loneliness was louder. The romantic man I used to be felt like a fool with receipts. There were days I couldn't eat. Nights I stared at the ceiling replaying arguments, imagining better lines I should have said. Still, a weird thing happened. Silence gave me clarity. I stopped reacting and started observing. I noticed bank alerts, charges I didn't recognize, patterns. While she was busy enjoying her new life, I quietly pulled statements and made folders. Survival taught me patience faster than anger ever could. A funny memory kept me grounded. Years earlier, she burned pasta trying to impress me, and we ended up laughing on the kitchen floor eating cereal. I realized romance wasn't dead. It had just been buried under entitlement. I promised myself I'd love again someday, but first I had to love myself enough to stop bleeding publicly. I called a lawyer in Marietta and asked questions I should have asked sooner. Meanwhile, she escalated. She told people I was controlling and broke. She let Marcus drive my car. He wore my robe. She sent me messages like, "You lost. Get over it." Funny thing, every insult convinced me I was doing the right thing by staying quiet. Chess beats checkers when emotions cool. I let her underestimate me. It was her favorite hobby. I found out she'd been using my credit to support their lifestyle. Trips to Miami, designer bags, fancy dinners. Karma doesn't rush, but it keeps notes. I disputed charges, separated accounts, and documented everything. No speeches, no threats, just action. Late nights became focused mornings. Pain turned into discipline. For the first time in months, I slept through the night. Romance returned unexpectedly. Not with a person, but with life. I started cooking again. Music back on Sundays. I danced alone in that small Airbnb, laughing at myself. Healing isn't glamorous. It's microwave meals turning into home-cooked ones. It's choosing joy without witnesses. I even joke with the Airbnb host who said, "You look lighter." She was right. I dropped dead weight. Karma arrived quietly and then all at once. Marcus got pulled over in Sandy Springs in a car that wasn't his. Warrants. Lies. The truth spilled fast. His business wasn't real. His income wasn't legal. The trips? Paid on my credit. When police took him in, her safety net vanished. And for the record, she never apologized. She called me screaming instead. The house grew cold without him. Bills stacked. Her job found irregularities tied to her accounts. No dramatic firing, just a short email and a revoked badge. She told people it was temporary. Pride is expensive. She tried to come back emotionally, throwing memories like bait. I didn't bite. My responses stayed polite, brief, and documented. Silence can be romantic when it's self-respect talking. Meanwhile, I landed a better position in Charlotte. New city, new energy. I didn't announce it. I just moved. My apartment was simple but clean. I bought one plant and named it Peace. Corny? Maybe, but watering something alive felt symbolic. I dated myself parks, bookstores, morning coffee. Love didn't feel rushed anymore. It felt earned. Funny moment. My first night in Charlotte, I assembled furniture wrong and the bed collapsed. I laughed instead of cursing. Progress. I slept on the floor smiling. Growth looks different once you stop needing validation. I wasn't winning loudly. I was winning accurately. She kept spiraling. New roommates. Old excuses. Still no remorse. Our family stopped asking me to fix it once the facts surfaced. Truth doesn't need charisma. It just needs time. I never gloated. I didn't have to. Karma handled customer service on my behalf. Romantic memories popped up randomly, but they no longer hurt. They felt complete. I realized love doesn't fail. It finishes its lesson. I took mine seriously. Therapy helped. Gym helped. Laughter helped most. I became someone I actually liked spending time with. When court matters finalized, the judge focused on stability and evidence. No drama, just clarity. I walked out lighter again. She walked out angry. Same pattern, different result. Funny how accountability feels like punishment to people avoiding responsibility. I met someone months later. Slow, kind, no rush. We laughed over bad movies and cooked together. Nothing excessive, just ease. Romance returned as peace, not chaos. I didn't overshare my past. I didn't need to. My presence told the story. Back in Atlanta, her house wasn't home anymore. It echoed. She still posted quotes about strength. I muted, not blocked. Indifference is mature revenge. My life didn't need her failure to thrive, but it was poetic timing. The funniest part? The robe Marcus wore was returned in a trash bag months later. I donated it without opening. Let the past clothe someone else. I upgraded internally. Success stayed private. No posts. No captions. Just weekends smiling. Bills paid early and mornings without dread. I learned wealth starts in the nervous system. Romance with life deepened. I proposed to no one. Rushed nothing. I protected my peace like it was sacred. Because it is. She tried one last message. I hope you're happy. I didn't respond. Peace doesn't argue. Karma didn't make her kinder. It made her alone. Lesson learned without applause. I didn't win because she lost. I won because I chose myself when disrespect tried to rename me. Funny how humiliation sharpened my intelligence. Pain taught me strategy. Love returned when ego left. The moral? Never confuse loud confidence with control. Quiet consistency always finishes stronger. She replaced me publicly. I replaced my life privately, and that made all the difference. If you enjoyed this story, please comment, and share this video with your friends. Subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a powerful story drop.